Hey, it's me, GV, and welcome to this week's Sup Saturdays. Let's get started. So there are only 2 episodes left of Fallout New Vegas, and the Let's Play curse continues, unfortunately. Luckily, those videos are going to have video. You know, there's not a video problem this time around, but there is a problem that I will discuss at the beginning of episode 79, which will be up Monday, and suffice it to say, I'm extremely frustrated with this series, but I hope you guys have been enjoying it nevertheless. So this week I wanted to talk about weed. Now, because I moved to Colorado and because I have a roommate that is growing weed inside of his closet, as I've shown in my apartment tour videos, I get this question all the time: Vana, do you smoke weed? The answer to that question is extremely rarely. Usually the only time I will ever smoke is after a night of drinking and I want to keep the party going, and I'll see my friends smoking and I'll be like, alright, just give me one little hit, which always turns out to be a bad idea usually. Me and marijuana do not mix. Marijuana and I do not mix. It's not my vice of choice at all. I've mentioned this before. There's been actually like 3 times where I've been at a party and, you know, everyone's smoking. I'm like, hey, what the hell? Because I'm a little bit, you know, tipsy from drinking, and it always turns out bad. I'm always like so in my head. And I'm like, why did you do this? This pretty much ruined the entire night. So no, I don't smoke weed. I've never spent a cent on weed, and pretty much the only time I ever will is after like a long night at a bar and I come home and like my roommates are smoking and I'm like, alright, let's just keep this party going just a tiny little bit more. And then again, it turns out to be a bad idea pretty much 99% of the time. And just a disclaimer for anyone that doesn't know, weed is completely legal in Colorado. I was getting a lot of comments last time when I showed my friend was growing weed in his closet, and they were like, wow, why are you showing something that's illegal? It's not illegal. You can actually grow in your house too and stuff like that. But yeah, it's not for me. Okay, the question of the week is by Piper Schroeder, and in parentheses is Peeper, like the pea that you eat and like the sound a cat makes, who asks, if you could choose to be anything mythical creature or mythical race-wise, what would you be? And I thought this one was interesting, so here we go. So I wouldn't be a creature. I wouldn't want to be a mythical creature, even though, you know, unicorns are cool and all, but that's not my style. I would not be a wizard, and I'm going with, like, you know, the general fantasy stuff, what you'd find in, like, Elder Scrolls, etc. I hope that's what you mean, Piper. But I wouldn't be a wizard because you guys know me, I hate magic. I don't like using magic. I think overall mages are weak. So I would not want to be a wizard, although usually wizards are not their own race. Man, we're getting really nerdy here, huh? Usually wizards are not their own race, although I think like Gandalf in The Lord of the Rings was a specific race, like I forget what it's called, but it's like some sort of like half-god or something. Anyways, I would not want to be an elf. I think elves are generally weak as well, even though a lot of them are rogues, which is usually the type of character I like playing in RPGs. But I've never really liked elves overall, even though I think they're cool. I don't think I would want to be an elf. And dwarves, no, I like being tall, and dwarves, even though they kind of go with what I'm going to say next, I could not really handle being that short. So that really doesn't leave anything, and I don't really have a dynamic answer for this question, which is the first time this has ever happened. But I would want to be like a warrior, and usually the humans are like the warriors in mythical settings and stuff like that. I don't think there's any race or anything that is the stereotypical warrior. I mean, in Elder Scrolls it's like orcs, but I wouldn't want to be an orc either because I don't want to be super ugly. But yeah, just if there's some race, mythical race that I don't know about that usually encompasses warriors, that's probably what I would be. And I'm sure people are going to leave comments talking about various games and other things where there are like a race that is generally devoted to being warriors. Anyways, that was this week's Sup Saturdays. I hope you all enjoyed it. Next week, we will go over completely different topics. Leave all your questions below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys there. Bye-bye.